I scold Ella with my voice or whatever, and her ears and everything goes down, and so she'd be like, "Don't do that, Dad doesn't like it," to the new puppy. Let's see. Boom.
And then also like just with you saying there, like, all right, get out of here, Ella. And it's like you could just see that Ella knew. Okay,
yeah, that's it.
Go, like just walking backwards and then shuffling away out.
Isn't that funny though? She's too big to actually turn around in this little area. She's got to back out like she's a dumpster truck. Beep, beep. All right, I did start everything. Let me just kiss the wife and then I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right, baby. What time do we get the groceries? Hey, Isaac. Hey, bud. How you doing? Are you sore or anything? After sleeping, I was exhausted. That was a weird thing. I didn't want to give up, but I did. The pictures are awesome. The videos and all that stuff. So I'll post it. We can go through them later. All right. I'll see you in a bit. All right. And Isaac is now up. Oh, there we go. New job tomorrow, man.
I mean, like, of course, like,
Super bright.
Yeah, excited, but you'd be nervous and everything as well.
You know what's weird is I just don't have the nerves yet, and I don't know if it's because I have because Allison and Karen are there, and I'll be working Allison and so working directly with Allison. Because she's kind of like the temporary manager until the actual manager comes back from mat leave. And when I say Allison, she was a tech 2. When I first started, she was a tech 2 at my old job. And so I've known her for over 18 years. And then Karen, I'm taking Karen's job, who's going on to another position with the company. But she was my work best friend at my old job. So her and I were side by side, sat together, lunched together, walked together. Everything was together for almost 7 years. It was until COVID. COVID ruined everything for that. But yeah, it's a great change. It's exciting, and it just feels. If I feel like I should have different feelings than I do, I guess. I don't know. It's really weird.
I get what you mean. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird.
But yeah. You're all about that excitement, you know.
Yeah, I am, and so I'll bring the excitement as I always do. But with my current job, I had lots of sadness. Like the day, Friday, when I was done, I was really sad. But I figured Saturday I'd be like, okay, it's all done. It's different. But it's just like, yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm Curvy Lass. It was weird because
You beautiful thing.
You beautiful thing. I was done Friday and then I start Monday. Like there's no time in between. And I think leaving on really good terms and all that stuff, I think that's why it's super different. But I haven't left a job in 18 and a half years. So I don't know. We'll see. I got to shave today. Got to trim the beard. Curvy, you joining us today? For a live stream with the camera and everything? Curvy, you joining us?
I mean, it's super early for her, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think it's 7:09 her time. You know the whole Ant Stream thing? The game that has like 100 or 1,400 old school games and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get it.
Really?
Yeah, it's just expensive. Very expensive.
Oh.
I have $100 of Xbox money that I got for Father's Day, and it's been sitting there. Now, the game's probably going to come to $140. But then I'll have it all forever, and they're adding new games or adding a whole bunch of new stuff, so I don't know. We'll see. I watched a video. I'm still laying in bed at 7:09. Oh my gosh, Curvy. Come on. Just think you could be ready to chill with Lee and I on live with camera and chat about video games. But I did sleep in until a little after 6 today. And it's only because of all the events yesterday. Hold on here. What is this? Fatbit. Oh, check this out, man. So I needed clothes for work because it's business casual, but they actually want you to dress business casual, as my old job wasn't. It was business casual, but they didn't care. I always went in shorts and t-shirt. You can't wear shorts there or anything, so I had to go to the fat guy store and get clothes.
Well, even if it's like really hot, you can't wear shorts.
Nope. So I got to wear pants to work, which whatever. That's the only downside, right? But I'm excited to go in the office and stuff. So I went to the fat guy store, and holy frig, it is insanely expensive. And I only got 2 pairs of pants and 2 shirts. It was like $250. And that was on sale stuff. I've been awake for an hour, LOL, trying to go back to sleep. LaMayo, if you really want me to, I can get ready. Now, Kirby, don't you worry about it, but I think you should join us sometime. Lee and I both would love to have you.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be this week, but if you'd like to join next week or whatever, come join us. It'd be great to have a female on the podcast again. But yeah, $250 though, man. That's how much it costs for 4 items of clothing, for just because I'm a fat loser. And I walked out of there thoroughly disappointed because I allowed myself to get mad fat again. And who did that one?
Hey, it's James.
Ashamir. Where's James? Oh. It just popped up now. Wait a minute. So how did Ashamir and James show up at the exact same second? Because Ashamir just said, "Oh my god!"
Mystery.
It is a mystery.
How are we doing, chaps?
Wonderful, sir. How are you?
Not bad, my friend. Not bad at all.
Excellent.
How was yesterday? Did you have
Oh
a good
my
time?
gosh, it was. Ashamir just said we were in bed together. That's incredible, man. Yesterday, James, was such a blast. I was showing Lee our Mario Kart video, and yeah, so I will just give you a quick viewing because I'm going to post it on Facebook today. I just haven't had a chance to post everything, and man, oh
that
man,
picture you put up of the kids in 2014 to now, how things change, man.
you just wait until I post the next one. And the story, and I'll tell you this. The story is Isaiah. We were at Prince Edward Island, and there's an awesome picture of Isaiah as a little boy. He would have been 4 or 5 years old.
So would Lee.
Yes. And so Isaiah had a baseball hat on. He had the aluminum baseball bat because we were at the batting cages. And then yesterday we were at batting cages and Isaiah put the same thing on. And instant nostalgia popped in my head. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do like a before and after. So I did that. But look at this. This is just a quick video of our Mario Kart video. This is Steph and I together. We passed everybody. There's Isaac right there. We passed everybody except for Isaiah.
Did you not throw bananas out?
I wanted to, and a red shell. This kid in the blue that's coming up, I wanted to blue shell him. I'll post the full thing. So the video I'll probably post to YouTube itself. Clothes are expensive no matter what size you wear. So, Kirby, what I'm saying is if I could go to Walmart and get normal people size, I would have saved $200. I was telling Lee, I had to go to the fat guy store yesterday in Moncton to get clothing. I got 4 items, $250 for 4 items of fat guy clothes.
You scammed, sir.
But I needed clothes, so I couldn't go to Walmart because there was nothing there. I needed 2 pairs of pants because I don't wear pants. I needed 2, and I needed at least 2 shirts.
Trousers.
Pants. No such thing as trousers. So here we go.
I'm just saying.
Episode 78. You guys ready?
Heck yeah.
All right. Hey, welcome to episode 78. Wow, of the Gamers Pass podcast, where us gamers get together. We chat about video games and have a good time and just chat and whatever, make fun of each other and tease and just overall overall. Have a
Overall.
really good time on this live stream. Someday we will get Curvy on here live because she's been awake for an hour. I don't know what she's doing, just laying in bed doing nothing, but she will join sometime. So joining me as usual is Lee. Lee, how are you today? What have you been playing? How's your week going?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing fantastic.
Excellent.
And what I've been playing is this week was Sea of Thieves, but won't get into that. Power Wash Simulator. That
We
was
should get into
great
Sea of
fun.
Thieves and really break it down and talk about it. But go ahead, sorry. Keep going. So Power Wash Simulator, yeah?
Yeah, that was great fun with you guys. I haven't touched it after, but it was fun to do those SpongeBob SquarePants
Certainly was.
bits. Gears 5, of course, and I have been doing Warzone 2. I've been sticking towards that. I haven't been doing any Diablo this week. I'm sort of a bit past that
Yeah,
now,
you need
like
to
in
cleanse
terms
your
of
palate.
the hype.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sure you have 200 hours. Got to be close to that, if not over.
Yeah, I checked. I have a day less than you in
Okay.
terms of gaming.
Wow. Still, you got your money's worth and more, and you're
Oh
going to
yeah,
have this game forever. They're going to be
yeah,
doing this
yeah.
for the next few years, new seasons, all this stuff. So,
I'll definitely be going back to it. Just not right now.
yeah, exactly. There's so much other awesome stuff to play. What the heck? All right. Anything else?
No, but I have had an urge to play a bit of League of Legends, but I haven't played it yet. I have had that urge though.
I don't know why. There's nothing delightful about League of Legends. All right.
You said you enjoyed it when you streamed it.
I was just saying that because I was in the moment with you guys.
I wasn't even there.
So joining me as well, or joining us, is James. James, how are you? How things going? And what have you been playing this week, sir?
I've been snazzy groovy, as you know. I've been hooked on Vampire Survivors.
Yes, sir.
So I'm having issues at the minute because I don't have that infinite invulnerable character.
Oh.
So I've just got 1,000 gamer score in it, which I'm happy about. My OCD like that, but yeah, it's just one of them things where I'm like, I'll do one more board, and they're 30 minutes a piece. So time goes on. I installed Stray a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Really wanted to play that, and it's blowing up in the Xbox charts.
Yes,
And I haven't even gotten around to touching it because I've just been playing Vampire Survivors, and then boom, it's time to hit the hay in the evening. So yeah, for such a simple game, it's quite addictive, and it's a perfect example of why Games Pass is great for developers, because that's a game I would have completely passed up and never even considered. But because I've loved the game so much, I saw there were 2 cheap DLCs with it, and I've just bought those.
I did too.
So that developers got money from me that they would have never otherwise got if it wasn't on Games Pass.
I bought the game, even though it's on Games Pass.
Oh, you bought it?
I spent the $5 because I'm like, this game is so good. I think I got about 50, 60 hours into just this $5 game. That's all it is. And I'm like, well, I might as well buy this to help support the devs. Thank you for tons of fun. Even though, yes, I paid for Game Pass, but I was like, I'm going to buy this game, and I bought its DLC too. It's just so good. So. All right, keep going.
Yep. Yeah, and then just some Sea of Thieves with you, which royally sucked. Nothing against you guys. And some Power Wash, and that's about it. Vampire Survivors has eaten me for the week.
Still, yesterday I was playing Vampire Survivors, so I only got a couple things left to do that I'm aware of for the actual achievement. I haven't checked the achievements, but for the what is it, the unlockable list or whatever, for those, I have I'm doing the ones where you got to get 31 minutes. So there's a way, there's an easy way to do it, but it's I guess there's a way to do it where you could kill 2 birds with one. So you got to kill the Grim Reaper. I think is a thing to unlock the Grim Reaper as a character, because he's an unlockable, which I have no clue how to get him. I just assume you have to kill him. But you can do endless mode, make it to minute 31 and then just quit, and then you get the achievements. So I'm like, let's just do that. You can't do it with Menya, the invincible character, because at 30 minutes they instantly die. So they kind of did that on purpose. But if you do that, and then you have where your powers, they don't cap? After each level, they just keep increasing. Okay, I have that, and I could just stand there for minutes upon end and just dominate. I sent you the video of 90 minutes in. I had to quit the game because my Xbox was going.
It was lagging so much.
It was lagging so much. I had to quit the game. 90 minutes in, Lee. I had over 6 million gold. Just in this one 90-minute run, I was doing dishes, I was making a sandwich, everything while I was just sitting there, and it was destroying everything. And I'm like, all right, I'm done. Gold Fever went on for over 10 minutes. It was so cool and so friggin' awesome. I loved it. But yeah, all right, excellent. For myself, Call of Duty. I'm really thoroughly enjoying Call of Duty again, and it's all Mark's fault. We'll talk about Modern Warfare 3 as well. And so we got that. Vampire Survivors, of course. Did Power Wash Sim. I'm so glad you suggested that because 1, it's amazing. 2, we all got to play together, which was really awesome. We got the achievements too while playing that, which was really cool. What else? Oh, Sea of Thieves.
And Pete joined us to talk with us on that.
Pete joined the chat, which was friggin' awesome. It was just one of those chill streams. Pete's like, I'm coming in to chat with the boys. So that was awesome. But the devs, Rare, I know you guys are watching. Please make a non-PvP server. I think that would be so much fun. Even if you dumb down the gold, the amount of gold and loot you get, even if you dumb it down. Sailing the seas from island to island and exploring, investigate, it's so much fun. And taking on these big events, even if it was cut in half, I don't mind. I don't mind that. I just want to have the fun and experience. That's it. And if it's more of a grind, that's okay. So Rare, I know you're watching. Thank you. Please do that because I was loving the game. I loved getting back into it. And then something happened at the end of stream, and it made me very angry, and it affected the rest of my evening, and I uninstalled the game the next day. So, and okay, James, Lee, we'll get right into your news here in a sec, but I had mentioned this to you right before we started. The Ant Stream sort of video game that has 1,400 old school games, all that stuff. Do you remember me talking about that? Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to get it here very, very soon. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it. There's 2 versions. There's the forever copy, which is going to cost me $150, or there's the $50 copy, which I'll get to have it for a year or whatever. So we'll see, but they're adding more games, all that stuff. They're doing tournaments, everything. You can set up all this stuff. I know it's super expensive right now, but I'm getting this hankering to play some of these old school games on Xbox and all that stuff. So I'm very excited. Anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because I watched a developer video this morning. It was basically a 5-minute video of the devs saying, hey, we heard all your feedback. We're starting to fix some of the stuff. There's this, and this. We're changing the UI because some of you didn't like it. And it seems like they're really going all in on fixing this and bringing us a super duper experience. So I think I may get it. I'm excited.
Nice. I checked it out and I would have got it, but out of those games, because on their website they have a list of every game separated by console. There's nothing really that I have any nostalgic link towards.
Oh, okay.
I never had an Atari, so none of the Atari games interest me. I had a Mega Drive / Genesis, not a SNES, so the SNES games don't interest me. And a lot of the stuff they had on Genesis is stuff that I already have in the Sega Mega Drive collection on Xbox. Yeah. So there's nothing on there that, for me, I'd play. So not for me.
It's the arcade. I don't care about any of the other games. It's the arcade games. Yes, I already have all the MAME ROMs. I can play on my computer, all of that stuff, and I can play it on one of my arcade cabinets downstairs when I set all that up because I have Raspberry Pi and I have MAME emulator, all of that stuff. So I could set all that up. And I bought all the buttons that that light up and all that for an arcade cabinet. And so we'll that's probably a fall project, get it working properly and stuff. But I don't know, man. There's just something amazing with those old school arcade games. And then when I was watching the video, I saw Double Dragon, And I'm just like, oh, I loved Double Dragon in the arcade. Like the NES version was all right, but there's just something special about Double Dragon, the very first one, and not because the dude comes out and punches a woman in the gut and then puts her on his shoulder and walks away. It's wonderful. And there's so many cool arcade games, and I'm just like, this would be awesome to play on Xbox. And so it looks like this isn't just a game where they just throw it out to you and like, yeah, this is great. Thanks for spending all this money. See you later. It just seems like this is something they're going to be heavily invested in, and looks like Xbox is going to be working with them. So I don't know. I don't think it's on PlayStation or Nintendo at all. I think it's mainly just an Xbox thing, but I don't know. Anyways.
Well, Phil Spencer is open to that kind of stuff.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And there was a story I read today where he just called up a developer for Limbo. I think that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading that story, and it was going to be mainly on PlayStation, like almost a PlayStation exclusive or a timed exclusive for PlayStation. And Phil just called this guy up, and the guy said he was in his sweats. And just talking to Phil, and Phil's like, the guy said, oh, we already have an okay deal with Xbox. And Phil says, no. We have the money. We can do anything. And apparently it worked out where it came on Xbox first. It did super fantastic and all of that good stuff. So Phil Spencer, man, that guy's a legendary rock star for the gaming community and for Xbox, actually. So. All right, Leroy, let's get into your news. Go ahead, buddy. I like that shirt, by the way.
Oh, cheers. Yeah.
Cheers,
I got it from a friend.
There we go.
But the Call of Duty, the Call of Duty game page has updated to confirm that Modern Warfare 3 is coming out for Xbox and PS4, so like the older generation consoles.
So that's okay. All right, go ahead. Keep going. Wait until you're done your intro to the story.
With that, it's like my issue overall is that is that it's like those consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out 2013.
Oh,
and
snap, yeah.
It's like 10 years old.
Oh my gosh, yes it did, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's like that they're still making games for them now. Like, and I think we're just a bit past that. Like,
okay.
We're 3 years into the current generation of console, and it's like we can't quite break free from the older generation.
All right, so let's talk about that. So is this something that we should just cut off? Should devs just say, we're done? All our resources need to go into this current gen. We're kind of done. We're too far. James, I see you shaking your head. Yes.
Yeah. I'm nodding my head. Yes.
Yeah. Hook me up. Give me some.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Technology is moving on too far now into the current gen. I feel that it's time to cut the old gen away. It's causing too many problems and technical limitations. And it was happening a long time ago. Look when Cyberpunk released. Because they made sure that was available on the older consoles. It got slashed because of that. Hogwarts Legacy, same thing. You know how technically incredible Legacy is.
Yeah.
It fell apart on the Xbox One because it's just so old. Xbox One came out in what, 2013, 2012?
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah.
November 2013.
No, it was 20. Yeah, so it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time to let it go. You know.
Lee, give me more of your thoughts on
that. The thing is that like at this point, I know there are people who still have the older generation of consoles. I didn't have that older generation console, so I haven't got that sort of need to stay with it or anything. And I've already got the current generation, so I have generally got a bias to that kind of stuff. In terms of just letting the past be in the past, essentially.
Yeah.
But but at this point, being 3 years into our current generation, 10 years since the last generation was out, I'm sort of looking at like, well, if we're still pandering to the older generation with these AAA games, like at this point, are they just holding us back? Like, are they holding the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X to reach the full potential that they can get to because we're pandering to like the Xbox One?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's hard to believe they were 10 years ago that they first came out. And as you guys were talking, in my head, the 3 years is coming up. It's almost time for their pro versions of Xbox Pro, Series X Pro, or PlayStation 5 Pro, which they'll do.
It's like what's the point? Yeah, like what's the point in having a pro version of something we've already got when we can't even reach the max of what we've got?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because we're dealing with stuff in the past.
Yeah, I get caught up in that hype for, hey, here's our current gen, but here's a pro version of the current gen, and I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll get it this time. I bought an Xbox One X. Is that what it was? One X?
Yeah, Xbox One X.
Yeah, I got one, and I didn't see any difference of performance or anything like that. It didn't even really matter, but from my Xbox One. So, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you had a Nintendo Switch that you didn't use, and you decided to get the OLED, and you still don't use that.
I don't have an OLED. Isaiah has an
Oh,
OLED.
you don't?
I
Okay.
do not have an OLED.
Okay.
Do I want
That's
an
all right.
OLED, Lee? Yes, I do.
Oh, of course you do.
Of course I do, but I will not. But just a heads up, our main topic today at the end will be backwards compatibility. Do we need it? And all of that stuff. So I think that'd be a good quick conversation. So, all right, keep going, sir.
But with the Modern Warfare 3, there is good news for PlayStation fans. Basically, they're just going to get a demo early.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah, I'm fine with that. Whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
With all honesty, I couldn't care less. It's a demo. We'll eventually get it, and it won't be like months, right? The game's coming out in November. Here we are, middle of August for some odd reason, middle of August. So it's a couple months away.
Yeah, and it seems like the announcement for it is coming in like 3 or 4 days.
Kirby, get in here. Are you gonna join? She's like, am I too late to join? Kirby Lass is gonna join us.
Right.
Get in here.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, we gotta give her the roll. Gotta give Kirby the roll. Do you want to do that?
I'll sort that out.
All right.
Yeah,
He's gonna give you the roll. Just hop in our the current one that we're in, Kirby. But yeah. So, you were mouthing. I couldn't hear you, Lee.
Get your motor mouth going.
Oh yeah, so I'll get my motor mouth going while we're doing that. So James, Modern Warfare 3 was just announced, which is fantastic. We weren't sure if it was coming out because it's usually announced by this point already. And Kirby Lass is coming in, who's a hardcore Call of Duty player. I'm going to get it this year. I'm going to get Call of Duty this year. And because I'm actually having fun playing multiplayer, which I've not done in years. Where's your what can I say? Where's your passion for Call of Duty series? Where's your joy, I guess? Just a minute, turning on my PC. Okay, no worries. Where are you at for that?
I used to be a pure zombies player.
Yes, oh my gosh,
the
that's
old
right.
school.
I totally forgot.
Call of Duties. I had no interest in the campaign, no interest in the multiplayer, but the zombies was great.
This one has zombies, I believe. This new one, I believe, is going to have zombies.
The crew that made zombies amazing have all left on to different ventures.
Okay.
And the recent zombies that they've done is god-awful. It's like, I don't know if you know of any that you love, but it's when a company takes over an already established franchise and they butcher it. And you're like, you play the new game and it just doesn't have the same feel. It doesn't have the same level of awesome. So I don't have any love or feelings toward those games anymore at all. purely because of that.
Yeah, no,
But I used to love zombies, and there was a huge zombies community.
yeah. So James, I 100% feel you on this one, as I was hardcore Call of Duty from the very first one, which I talk about all the time. It was on PC. I loved it. With day one that came out, it was the Medal of Honor killer, because Medal of Honor was the war game to play. But and they came out, they were fantastic for what it was. But when Call of Duty introduced, hey, it's not you by yourself. You've got an army that has fought with you for years. Like, that's how it was back in the day. You had an army. You weren't the sole German army killer. And so that allowed us, when that came in, it was just like, all right, I don't care about Medal of Honor anymore. Call of Duty's where it's at. And Call of Duty 2, they did the Normandy storming the beach. That was amazing. And the whole World at War, which is Call of Duty 4. Hey, Kirby! So now I'm bumped. Now, hey, do we have the same headset?
I have Steel Series.
Yeah. We do. Welcome, well, hold on, Kirby. How you doing? And what have you been playing this week?
I played Palia.
Who?
Palia. It's like a Sims MMO.
Oh, okay.
It's
MMO,
only
what?
on. It's only on PC and Switch.
Palia. Oh, look at the PC and Switch. How different is that? Oh crap, okay. Is that kind of like a farming sort of thing too?
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I've only played a little bit of it, but to me it's like Sims, like story and graphics. Like, you have like little quests you have to go do and accomplish, but you're also building your own city, like your own little village, and you get to expand that as you keep going. You have to go farm for wood and supplies,
That
and you
actually
have
looks
to
cool.
yeah, you have to sell, like, go fishing and sell fish to make money, and you can grow your own crops to sell to make money. And so there's, I think, a lot to it. There's the only thing I can say that I would really complain about right now is that there's a wait time to get into the games.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's different areas you have to load into, and sometimes you're waiting for 5,000 people to load in before it'll let you through.
Oh, snap. So it's really popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I would assume you're playing Call of Duty as well?
Yep, Call of Duty. I've kind of backed out of Fortnite quite a bit.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
I just don't have anybody to play it with, really. I like the characters in Fortnite, so...
Yeah, it's just so frustrating. But since this week my time is switching, we could do a Fortnite at some point, once in a blue moon. But I am kind of heavy into Call of Duty at the moment, so.
I'm better at Call of Duty anyway.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Well, thank you for joining. We're happy to have you. At 7:38, you're drinking an A&W. I love it. That's it. I've already had James Mr. Mucklin. I've already had over a liter of Black Gold. I'm just saying. Is that zero sugar?
Yeah.
We don't have that here.
I have a weird quirk with root beer.
That's okay. I used to love root beer. But
this is from last night. I take a drink before I go to bed and I leave it sit all night, and then I wake up and drink it in the morning.
Nope.
Every day. Nope. I can't go without it.
It's got to be cold, girl. That's terrible. All right. Anyways, okay. I can't treat you like I treat these British boys, so because I just thought you can't do that. Take a drink, put it in the fridge.
Try.
No, she'll never come back. Put it in the fridge, and then when you wake up, take it out of the fridge. So it's not cold?
No.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh my.
It's cold when I start out.
All right. Okay. So yeah, we're continuing on. Lee, what else do you have for your next news story? So Kirby, our main topic is going to be backwards compatibility. There is a topic regarding that happened this week, and we'll discuss that. So, all right, Lee, keep going.
All right. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre will be out in 60 FPS on the Xbox Series X, but 30 FPS on the Series S. The game comes out on August 18th. So
5 days.
yeah, I will be trying that out.
Yeah, we'll stream it and play it. James, I'm gonna ask you: is this a big deal? Like, you guys already know how I feel about it. 60 frames per second on the X and then 30 on the S. Is this really a big deal?
Not for me, no.
Well,
But then again, I'm getting the 60 FPS. But you'll be getting the 30 FPS, James. So like you don't feel like you're gonna be getting a worse quality game.
I wouldn't even notice it.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I don't think I would.
Like, look at the Starfield trailer. Like, that was great. Like, you wouldn't even notice if they didn't say it was 30 FPS. Would you even notice that it's not? No, like you were so enthralled in the trailer, like it was amazing. It didn't matter.
It was incredible.
Didn't matter at all.
All right, Kirby, you're more of a PC. You are a PC player, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I have old consoles, but I haven't turned them on.
So then, as a resident PC player, what are your thoughts on this 60 versus 30 frames per second? Because I know you guys love your graphics, performance. It's all about that. So
I don't care. Like, to me, it doesn't matter. I want a game that plays. Like, that's my priority.
Performance over everything else.
Yeah, because I typically turn down all of my graphic settings in every game anyways.
Oh, okay.
Because Weezy and I, when we play games together, a lot of times it's pulling internet, and then like if one of us is streaming or whatever, like then it takes more. So we usually put our graphics on medium to low for most games. So for me, graphics really is not a thing. Like, and I've had terrible internet most of my life, so I can't play on good
Paul
graphics.
knows that feeling as well.
I have a gigabit, sir.
So do I now.
Tell me what you have, James.
He says it's a gigabit, but in Canada that means something else.
No, Catrick, so good to see you. Anyways, Lee, how about you, sir? Oh, you already said it kind of, but go ahead, just elaborate.
Yeah, it's I think it's like 25, 30 megabits per second or something. It's like it's awful. But yeah, I mean the game's also coming out on like Xbox One, and that's 30 FPS.
Yeah, that's fine, whatever. I don't have high hopes for this game. I'm just throwing it out there. Friday the 13th, I was all in. I wasn't even streaming.
I'm optimistic
at this time. I wasn't even a streamer at this time, and I was ready to play Friday the 13th, whatever. And so you can even see an old video of me doing the what was it? The campground area. You could explore it before the game actually came out. I bought that and did a video on it because I was just super excited for it. And yeah, so that's that. But this game, since the Evil Dead experience, I don't have high hopes for this. So I'm just gonna go in like, yeah, whatever, and maybe it'll be super fun. We'll see, but I don't know. Hopefully it's cross-platform so we all can play together and all that stuff. So.
Well, hopefully we'll all like it.
Yeah, I hope
I've
so.
never played any of those games.
Not even Friday the 13th? So we all need to play Friday the 13th.
It's like one last hurrah.
Well, yeah, it has to happen. I don't think we can play PC versus all the other ones, though. I do have all three. I have the PC, I have the PlayStation, and I have Xbox. I mainly played on Xbox, so if need be, I can do a rotation of all of them. So, well, I don't have to do Oh yeah, I got to do PlayStation. I think Pete has it on PlayStation, but that's my main system for Friday the 13th. Yeah, Catrix, you would have great memories of Friday the 13th because we had tons of fun. All right, Lee, what else you got, sir?
Diablo 3 has updated for a single player mode. And like because like Diablo as a whole is more of like an online sort of server thing. So Diablo 3 getting a single player mode is interesting because a lot of people were talking about wanting that for Diablo 4. But which I think is a bit weird because I think like part of it is just joining in with the events and everything,
Yeah.
and taking part. But for a game that's Diablo 3, like when did that come out? That came out.
It came out a while ago. The thing is Diablo 3 already is single player.
Is it?
Yeah, so you can play multiplayer, but there's no joining in the same world. It's a single player game, but you can invite people to come join your single player session. I should clarify that. So Diablo 4 is kind of like an MMO. You're in the world with other players, where Diablo 3 isn't. You can play single player, or you can invite your people to come play.
Right,
So
okay, because I had no idea.
What mode they just introduced for Diablo 3, or they updated, or whatever.
I might have that.
Kirby, did you play Diablo 3?
I did when it first came out. I haven't touched Diablo in years.
Yeah. Wheezy was just saying on stream, I think 2 days ago, on how you bought him Diablo 4, and he's all excited and crazy about it. So, James, did you play Diablo 3? Oh, you didn't? No, that's right. Diablo 3. Wonderful memories with that too.
Just I don't like the top-down style game like that.
Yeah.
It's not the game
A lot of people
itself.
don't
It's
like
just
that.
yeah, it's just the way that you play the game that I'm just because I like MMOs. I mean, I've played plenty of them. Like I've played some Elder Scrolls and Neverwinter and things like that. Guild Wars 2. So I like them, but I just don't like that style for whatever reason. It just doesn't intrigue me.
Sure, I was playing Neverwinter Nights for quite a while. I was playing it on my Xbox actually. I think on Xbox One, I was playing with a bunch of people, and there was other people who followed me on YouTube, and then I followed them. We were playing together off stream, and I could forget their names now, but yeah, it was good times. It's a good game. All right, Leroy, what else you got?
I have that Blizzard has banned thousands of Diablo 4 players.
All right.
So
this is something good to get into. All right, so they banned a couple thousand.
They haven't really given a number; it just says thousands.
So what were they doing?
Diablo 4 players are facing mass bans due to cheating and exploiting bugs, such as seasonal exploits, which allowed transfers between realms. So it's like how it's set up, where there's the seasonal realm, and then there's the realm that's all your characters are based at. You can actually there'll be some kind of exploit bug that allows you to transfer certain perks from one to another, and they've been banning people for that. And like players who have been banned have been shown their experience on social media, some claiming to be innocent, while others knowing the use of exploits. So it's to be honest, I think a ban is too far.
Yep.
Like for someone who has like invested so much time and effort into the game, like being faced with a ban would be really annoying for me.
Right. Oh, well, yeah,
I think
more than annoying. But...
Yeah. Like I think what they should have done is like say, hey, please don't do that, and then patch it. Like, like whatever people have already done, I guess they keep it, or they find some way to sort of remove it from them. I don't know how that would work. But just as like yeah. I think banning them is just too far.
So yeah, so James and Kirby, I'm gonna go to you guys. So it's an exploit that they're exploiting, I guess. There is something in the game that they can exploit. you could say it's cheating. They're not breaking the game. They're not implementing something to change the game, but there's something there that the game's like, you can just do this if you want. James, is this bannable, or should there be some sort of other repercussions, or what are your thoughts?
I think it's too much. You shouldn't ban these people just for exploits. If they were hacking and doing things like that, then yes, I agree. They should be banned. But if there's an exploit in the game that you don't want your player base to exploit, then you patch it. Simple as.
Okay.
Kirby, yeah, I don't like it personally.
Kirby, you're a major exploiter of video games. Would you enjoy being banned for exploiting something? What are your thoughts on that?
I know other games have a temporary ban system where for 24 hours you would be banned. I think that may be more appropriate, depending on how many offenses you have or the level of offense.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe not a permaban, but just a temporary, almost like a timeout works in streams.
Sure.
Wheezy was saying that people were also using the trading function and able to access other people's accounts because they were linked. So that was another reason for some bans happening.
Wow.
Because there was, I guess I don't know much about it, but you're able to trade some of the lower level items that you receive or whatever. But he was saying for some users when they were working on the trades that there was some window where people could hack into your account because you had to link up to actually make that trade.
That's okay. That's kind of crazy. Now,
that's bannable.
That's bannable. Jim Ryan is saying how Microsoft is the reason for this, and well, Jim Ryan doesn't have a clue right now. But yeah, that's bannable. But also, there should be some major apologies then going on from Blizzard, just saying, hey, this is something we didn't expect. But who is trying to access other people's accounts? How frustrating. I don't go into a game and thinking, okay, how can I cheat, or how can I exploit, or how can I get someone else's account's information? I don't understand that. What's the mindset you have to be in to go do something stupid like that? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mind is blown. I think that's really ridiculous. Personally, don't believe exploits should be banned unless they are doing something malicious. If you're doing something malicious, for sure, there should be an issue. I wonder who owns Activision. Activision Blizzard owns themselves. That's it. Jim Ryan, I'm telling. Okay, if you guys have not learned yet, I am old, but I'm insanely smart and can have a battle of wits. I really can. I can have a verbal sword fight. And so you have to come with much better guns to battle me. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, let's go, Lee. Let's keep going. Guys, thank you so much for joining today. This is fantastic. I love it.
The last thing I got is Rockstar related. Oh. So if you want
is that with okay, hold on. We can do that here in a sec. Let's just do a couple things. I got a couple things here. So the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal is approved in another country. New Zealand just said, yeah, let's do it. That's number 41. Now, Jim Ryan, Microsoft can purchase Activision Blizzard. It's good as done. But, Jim Ryan, Microsoft said we're still going to work with these other issues, because they could just go ahead and do it now. There's 41 countries that are going to say, yeah, we can do it. It's no issue. But now they just want to get those few other things, deal with the CMA. But with all honesty, the CMA and the other couple countries just hanging on, it's not an issue. It's no longer an issue. They can whine and cry all they want. It's not going to happen. So I'm hoping the CMA, for our British friends, for your guys' sake, there's a lot of Activision Blizzard games that are just great. And hopefully you guys come around.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really nice. I haven't heard too much what your government is doing with ton lashing. Why aren't you guys saying anything? Come on. I do love it.
Well, it's because you're right, Paul. So it's like,
It's a given.
it's well, yeah.
I'm
Don't
teasing.
don't grow his ego.
the yeah, like it's stupid why the CMA are trying to fight it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it at all.
It's
to
not
be honest.
even news anymore. Like most of us are just saying, whatever. There's a reason why some countries are against banning players online. Doesn't help. There's a reason why some countries are against it. Banning players online doesn't help. No, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They can create another account.
Yes, they can. And you have to ban the IP address. That's basically it. Ban the IP address. I may have had an IP address banned with a certain product. So I play a mobile game called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm very passionate about this game, and I was very passionate in the forums, and I had a mod kind of throw his weight around and try like, hey, if you do this, we're banning you, blah blah blah. And I think I was like, oh no, a ban from whatever it was. And so they banned my IP address, so I can't even access that account anymore. It's so funny. But anyways, Starfield was this?
So sorry, just on the thing of the like IP address. So if say like you move house or something, and then someone comes into the house that you used to be in and starts like playing games in there, they wouldn't be able to do that because the IP address is banned or something.
So the IP address is not tied to your house. It wouldn't be
Is it
tied
not?
to a certain house, no. So you wouldn't really
Okay.
have to do that. I'm not sure if it would be more of a DNS thing. So I assume they banned my account and my IP address, so I couldn't change an IP and all that stuff. So
What's the IP address actually linked to?
So your it's an internet protocol address. So it's tied from your internet service provider. They issue an IP address from your router, right, James? Your router.
They do.
That's where it comes from. So every one of your devices, including your phone and stuff, have your IP address, the DNS, the subnet, all of that stuff. So, but that's not gaming talk, even though it could be.
That's some networking talk right there, Paul.
That's right up James's alley. Level 3, Mr. Mucklin. Just saying there. Huge congrats. All right, Starfield's early. Kirby, you getting Starfield? You are getting Starfield. Heck yeah. Okay. We'll talk to you about your excitement for that because it sounds like you're very excited. Starfield's early access release times have been already revealed. We kind of knew, but a lot of people will change their country on their consoles or their PC or whatever. If they use a VPN, they can change their country to get games early, which is kind of funny. So their early access, if you don't know yet, if you are Microsoft, Xbox, PC, you own Game Pass Ultimate, whatever, you're going to get Starfield day one. But if you want early access, you got to pay a little money. So you don't have to buy the full game. You can buy kind of the upgrade package for less than half the price, which gives you early access. So you get the game for free, plus you get all the extra digital stuff and all of that, and play the game early. So early access version of Starfield will release 5 p.m. Pacific or 8 p.m. Eastern on August 31st, 2023. That means in the UK, our two boys there, and much of Europe will get access at 1 a.m. BST. What's BST?
British Standard. Yeah.
All right. See, I'm so
actually no, it's British summertime. Is it British summertime?
Well,
British
BST,
Standard Time.
I'm not sure. I've never even heard of BST. Kirby, have you heard of BST?
No.
I'm so sorry.
Are you missing out?
I do love you guys, though, honestly. So 1 a.m. BST or 2 a.m. CEST. So you find British people...
Central European Standard Time.
Oh my gosh.
Because there's Europe as well.
On September 1st. So that Friday, we're all playing it. If you get the early access stuff, we're all playing it. Kirby.
Just on
Friday?
September 1st is Friday.
Oh, okay. I thought you said this Friday. I'm gonna be
no.
gone this weekend.
No, you're fine. So so August 31st, You're Central Time, right?
I don't know.
So you're an hour behind.
I moved
Eastern.
states and I have no idea. Yes,
I'm pretty sure you're CST. You're Central Time.
Yeah.
I know your time zone. You don't know your time zone.
My phone changes for me. I don't pay attention.
Oh, you young people. You young whippersnappers. All right, so let's do Eastern then. 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 your time, Kirby.
Yes.
Which is 9 my time. 9 p.m. August 31st, we can play. So
I'm down.
This is great. So give me your excitement, Kirby, for Starfield.
I'm excited just for a space game. I have a weird obsession with space-themed TV shows and movies. Like, even if they're the worst movie created, I will sit there and watch the entire thing because I love everything about the space side of things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always just loved it. Cool. I guess, like, Destiny, I really love that game. I never could keep up with anyone that I knew that was playing it. But to me, that's kind of like that space kind of feel. But there's not like a game like Starfield that's out that's going to cover it so in depth. Like in Destiny, you get like the little space travel, but you just load through it.
Right, yeah.
Like you don't actually get to move around. And I'm hoping that Starfield like nails the whole space theme really well because I'm excited for it. I would be really sad if they don't let us travel and explore that way.
Oh, no, they're going to let us travel and explore. But hyperspace leading to another planet or something, I'm pretty sure is just almost instant, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just want the ability to just, well, like Sea of Thieves. Like, you got the beautiful environment. I'm hoping that they did kind of the same thing with Starfield. Like, just the worlds are so unique and beautiful, and I'm excited to see what they do with it graphically and like just how they design the game. So space customization or spaceship customization, cool. That'll be cool.
So have you played No Man's Sky?
When it first came out, we bought it, we played it, and then we've never touched it since because it was
night and day now.
Nah.
It's night and day now. So you guys may actually love it. It is truly night and day. They updated it so much that all of the companies did like a second review, like IGN and all them, and the game is like superb now. And
I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah, do that. Have you played Everspace?
No, I don't.
Part 2 is coming out soon. Everspace 1 is on Game Pass. I've been wanting to play it for years. And I just can't get around to it. But people love it. People love Everspace. So Everspace 2 is coming out. There are some really good space games, so that's kind of cool. James, give me your excitement for Starfield.
At this moment in time, my hype can't go any higher.
Yeah.
I am super excited for it. And it's strange. You said something the other day that rang true with me. Usually when a game's about to come out that I'm really looking forward to, I'll look for as much as I can on it. But they gave us that 45-minute demo that was all I need to maintain that hype until release. And I can't wait for it. Yeah. I'm going to... Unless they're a game break... It's a Bethesda game, all right? Bugs are going to be expected.
Yes.
There were bugs in Fallout, still loved Fallout.
Skyrim.
You know...
Skyrim is considered one of the greatest games of all time, and not just by me. It is in my top 5. And people are still playing Skyrim, but that was a broken mess too when it came out. But people were trying to do stupid things too, so...
Yeah, it just shows, though, that if a game is fantastic, no matter what the bug is, if it's not game-breaking, you can kind of overlook it. I had loads of weird bugs in Fallout that, you know, some wound me up.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop me from playing it.
Yeah, that's true. So, Lee.
So,
are you excited for Starfield?
Oh, I'm very excited for it. I'm just a bit afraid as well because I've seen how things go when people are very hyped for a game. There's had a lot of talk around it, and then it comes out. And we see the outcome of that, and this is really the first time that I'm
Yes.
like so involved in something like this, like like Cyberpunk, that had so much going for it. And I know you say, like, it's a great
It's a
game
great
now and
game now.
everything, but when it was being marketed and the hype around it, it was massive.
Yeah.
And people were so excited to play it, and then it came out,
Mhm.
and it's like the disappointment was immeasurable. But I wasn't really like into gaming at that time,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
not to the capacity that I am now. So I was never really involved in that kind of hype. I witnessed it, but I was never like emotionally involved in it or anything like that. This I am, so I can only imagine like what the outcome would be if it didn't come to be how we want it to. I'm very excited for Starfield. And I'm sure, like, regardless of the outcome, it'll end up being a really good game. But I just have that lingering thing at the back of my head saying, like, well, what if it's not what we really want it to
I
be?
think
Yeah.
Lee is secretly Jim Ryan and PlayStation right now. That's what I think.
No. What did Cyberpunk come out on? That wasn't Xbox,
No,
was
that
it?
was
Like,
everything, but
as
it
in,
was broken
Yeah.
yeah.
hard.
So,
It
well,
was
yeah.
so
So,
funny. So I bought into the Cyberpunk hype. I was all excited. Day one purchase for me. And on the Xbox Series X, it actually did pretty freaking good. But there were some game breaking bugs, and there was a lot of messed up things graphically, stuff hovering in the air, and not able to access a bunch of stuff too. So I had like 40, 50 hours in before I got my money back. It's so funny.
wow.
I was loving it. The problem is when I like to hoard everything. So in Skyrim, Oblivion, all the RPGs, if there's resources to gather, I'm harvesting everything and I keep it. But if you in Cyberpunk, it came out, if you harvest so much, the game breaks and your save file deletes. And I'm like, no, I'm good. This is going to happen to me. So I called Xbox, like, hey, I need a refund. This thing's broken, blah, blah, blah. And they were refunding everybody. And tons of people were doing it. But I have bought it back since, played it, beat it. And I was almost at the end anyway. So, but
Yeah. So,
Cyberpunk's a great game.
I just
yeah.
reinstalled it.
Do it. It's so good, Kirby. It's
I've played it. I never. I don't know if I finished it because I didn't want to finish it.
Right. Yeah,
Like I just
get it.
left it on the last mission or whatever.
Yep.
But I have played all three character types or whatever
Okay.
that they have. So, which, I mean, that's one thing I could say that I don't really care for on that game. Is that like no matter what, you end up having the same connections
Yeah.
throughout the entire story, no matter what character you are.
Yep.
So it's kind of like once you get through that initial intro, which is different, it's the same game all the way through. So
Yeah,
playing the
exactly.
different characters isn't as important in Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. Right now, I'm craving Baldur's Gate 3. I'm just throwing that out
I've
there.
heard so much about it.
So Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, I love those games. They're so good. I have great memories of those, and I could not wait for Baldur's Gate 3. I don't want to play it on PlayStation, which is coming out first on PlayStation, then eventually next year be on Xbox. So I'll wait for Xbox for next year since a lot of good stuff is already coming out for Xbox. But yeah, so that's Starfield, guys. That's when it's coming out. It's super exciting.
in terms of Starfield, one last thing.
Yep.
You said that you bought the Constellation edition, like the premium pack. Is that the one that you get so that you can get it early?
So I don't know what it's called. I'm so sorry. It's more of a upgrade pack or whatever it's called. If I could fire up my Xbox, I would. It's more of an upgrade pack, and so what that means is, it's like $30. Lee or James, you did that, right? You purchased the upgrade patch or what?
Is it the premium edition? Yeah, it says upgrade. I'm on it right now.
Yeah, how much is it for you?
So what is it? Yeah, Starfield Premium Edition upgrade available August 31st, 7 p.m. my time.
Yep.
And then it says pre-order. I guess we get a discount because we have the Ultimate Pass or
Yep.
whatever. So it's $31.49.
All right, and for me it was like 36. So that's what it'd be for you, Lee. Yours is probably $29 or something like that. But that's what it is. The Constellation thing, I think, is the full 149 for me. Or
Yes,
something.
you have to pay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I won't do that. No, so go ahead, Lee.
So my thing is that if you only buy like the extended pack or whatever that allows you to get it first, would you still then be able to access the full game early?
Yeah.
Because it's like because wouldn't you have to then buy the whole game to do that?
So Starfield is out on Game Pass day one. So if you buy this upgrade, it triggers access to that game. So you'll be able to download it, install it, and play it day one. So what I'm going to do, I will still buy the game. I know it's going to be on Game Pass forever, but that's just what I'm going to do. And so probably next year it'll go down to $30 or whatever. Oh, no, I'll buy it then. But yeah, no, you'll have full access, man. So the whole
okay, because I wasn't quite sure whether like you bought the expansion and then it's coming out on Game Pass, so you can't actually access the expansion until like the 6th of September or whenever.
Right. So you can't unless you buy that upgrade. Then that upgrade triggers that the event of playing it early, which is awesome.
That's cool that they've allowed that to happen because I don't think typically you can. You have to buy the entire game in order to access it, and I think that's why you're confused, Lee.
Yeah.
Because they usually don't just do like a pre-upgrade package like that.
So James mentions all the time that's the awesome thing about Game Pass, or the wonderful thing about Game Pass. This is one of the wonderful things about Game Pass. It's so great that we don't have to just buy that game because we're spending, well, it's like $20 for me every month anyways. I pay $40 because of Isaac, but whatever. But yeah, I'm excited for Starfield, man. I really am. My hype level, though, I don't think is as high as James's right now. I'm almost going into, like, I can't wait to play it. It's going to be number one. I can't wait to fire it up. But I'm not sure if I'm going in with a little bit of reservations like Lee is. The whole Redfall fiasco.
That was terrible.
Wasn't it?
That was funny.
Yeah. Wheezy and I tried to play it. I think we made it, maybe like we played for an hour and then we were like, never touched it again.
We did 2 streams of Redfall. We watched it. Actually, we watched it all together. We were live watching the event showing Redfall. Let's go! And instantly was like, "This is day one on this channel. We're all playing it together." And then we played it day one together, and it was not good at all. It was
terrible.
But us playing together was fun because we just made fun of the whole bloody thing. It was terrible. But but whatever. It's Redfall. It happened. And that's that. Good old Redfall. All right. So the final topic, we're going to talk about backwards compatibility. But Lee, if you want to read your Blizzard news, just as a heads up, first, Rockstar confirmed that they're doing they're upgrading a server for, what's it called? So in GTA 5, streamers are doing this,
the role play.
Thank you, Kirby. So GTA or Rockstar already confirmed that they're working on a role-playing server. And so GTA 6, I'm telling you right now, is right around the corner. It's happening next November. Mark my words. Next November, GTA 6 will be out. And, things are going wild for that. And they've been working on it for years, which is good. All right, Lee, give us your Rockstar news, and then we can just jump right into it.
All right, so Rockstar have announced the new $50 port to Red Dead Redemption, but Xbox doesn't need it. So so Red Dead Redemption came out in 2010. It will be available through a port on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 on the 17th of August, which is coming up soon. And there are videos about like how things are done like graphically between the different consoles, but uh, but Xbox isn't getting it yet. But that's because Xbox are working on the backwards compatibility for it.
Right. No.
And
No.
well, is are they not?
No.
That's what it. Well, okay, it already is. We know.
I can explain it to
I'm
you.
reading
Like,
it.
I can break it down for you because I have this knowledge. Even though I'm fighting with Jim Ryan right now, I have all this knowledge still. I'm still listening. I may be typing to Jim, but I'm listening to everything you're saying.
Okay. But it's okay.
This is why it's a
All
main
right,
topic,
go on.
my man. Okay, so here
Yeah,
we go.
go on.
So the key word to all of this is port. So
Yes.
Nintendo and Sony have no care whatsoever about their fan base, especially Jim Ryan. He doesn't care because backwards compatibility, which is an all-star thing for Xbox, has allowed all of these 360 games, normal Xbox games, Xbox One games to be backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X and S. So we already have the fantastic version of Red Dead Redemption 1. We already have it. But Sony and Nintendo Switch, so PS5, Nintendo Switch is like, we don't want to do that. We want as much money from our fan base as possible. So the only way we can actually have this on the PS5 and Switch is if you port it over or do a remaster or whatever. So the company, I forget the name of the company that's actually doing the port. That's all they're doing is they're taking the game, they're taking the Undead Nightmare zombie mode, putting it all together and selling it as just a straight up port, no enhancements, no nothing. There it is right there. Like, here you go. And Xbox had already said, before the Series X was released, I believe it was Phil that said, you're going to get the best version of the game on your Series X or on your Series Xboxes. You're already going to get the best version. So you don't have to keep paying and paying and paying. And that is a phenomenal option for backwards compatibility for the Xbox ecosystem. James, my Xbox brother, let's go to you. How important is Xbox compatibility, and should there be for all of these systems?
Me personally, I think it's very important. PlayStation used to be all about backwards compatibility. When the PS2 came out, you could play all PS1 games. When the PS3 came out, you could play all PS1 games and PS2 if you owned a certain model, because it did hardware versus software emulation. Then the PS4 kind of come out, which is where they sort of lost their way of, sod it, let's just focus on new games. And they've maintained that ever since. So you've got a library of tens of thousands of games, if you include PS1, 2, and 3. And you're not going to give your fan base an easy time in playing them on the new system. Genius move on that part. Mm-hmm. Happy.
Um, I like old games. I guess I don't really go back and play them all that much. I have games that like I would totally go back and play for the nostalgia of it. Like I grew up playing video games. Me and my dad would sit down on Saturdays and just sit in our pajamas.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
like on the Power Nintendo all day. And his old bedroom at his mom's house, we turned into a game room and stuff for us to play. So, you know, like games have always been a part of my life, and I think that I would probably go back and play some.
Sure.
Just because there was some of like my all-time favorite type of games, and
Like what? Give me an all-time favorite, an old school one.
there was a game on Sega Dreamcast called Gauntlet.
Oh, that's... Oh my gosh.
I love the Power Rangers games too.
So,
Like I was obsessed with
hold
Power
on, Kirby.
Rangers for the
This is just because I'm super old. I'm so sorry. You said Sega Dreamcast Gauntlet. I'm going back to 80s Gauntlet. I'm going back to arcade Gauntlet. Gauntlet is one of my fave games of all time, all right? For arcade. I bought an arcade system just to play Gauntlet on that system. That's why I say constantly, Wizard needs food badly. That's Gauntlet. I say it all the time on stream. And but yeah, I go way back before Sega Dreamcast. So one, thank you for making me feel insanely old. But no, I love that. That's fantastic because Gauntlet is awesome. I love that. Gauntlet 2. Gauntlet 2 actually had an ending, which is funny, but Gauntlet 1 didn't. But yeah, all right, keep going.
Well, and then like 007, you know, they brought that back out, and Wheezy and I played it, and it was so fun. So I think I would play them occasionally for the nostalgia. I don't know if I'd be the person to go back and like play for hours and hours and hours. It would be just like a brief, okay, today I feel like just jumping on an old game for the nostalgia of it, but I don't know. I mean, for me, it's hard to say. I like the memories that I have from the games, but I don't know if I'd ever go back and spend enough time in them to care.
Yeah. So, do you think it's important for backwards compatibility to be part of a gaming system ecosystem?
I do. I think it's still important because a lot of people that grew up playing games, they may not always want to play the updated style of games. There's something about the old graphic style and things too that it just changes how you feel. Like an arcade game versus a PC game at 60 frames or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got the different styles of games, and then like it's like Fortnite versus Call of Duty. The graphics are different, and like for me, that's why I like Fortnite. It honestly is like the skins and the characters, and it has nothing to do with the game. Like I could care less about the game, but the graphics pull me into that.
Yeah, that world, yeah.
Because it reminds me of cartoons and stuff growing up. Like it just has that feel. So maybe there is a nostalgic tie to it for me, but Call of Duty is more hyper realistic. I don't care for the graphics in Call of Duty.
Okay.
But I'm significantly better at the game, so I prefer to play it over Fortnite, you know?
Right.
So I think with the history of gaming evolution, it is important to still be able to go back and play and have those memories.
100%. I think so.
40 years from now, it'd be cool to say, like, yeah, I could go back and play that game and, you know, well, and I was in healthcare, and not to be, like, all, like, sad and dreary, but, like, patients that I would have with dementia or some sort of memory loss or things like that, if they grew up as a gaming person, like, I'm talking, like, 60 years from now these people would be older, but if they had dementia... I had one patient in the hospital. We would just randomly find her wandering the halls. She was a wanderer.
Okay.
We had to watch doors and stuff because she was confused. But they ended up putting a piano in the little dining room, and she would find the piano and play. She couldn't tell you her name. She couldn't tell you the date, nor the president. Like, she knew nothing current. Mm-hmm. But she found the piano, and she would just play beautiful music. Wow. And we all discovered through her family that she used to be a piano teacher. Muscle memory triggered her to be able to do something functional.
Yeah.
So, like, games, and I've I've used like the Wii U and stuff in therapy.
Sure, yeah.
So games can pull people out of a funk too. So I think it's something even 60 years from now, if you say, oh, I knew that you used to really like this one game, let's bring it up and play. You might see a whole nother person in front of you than
Heck
someone
yeah, that'll
who's
be
lost
me.
their memory and stuff.
That'll be me.
You know, so I think even on that front, there's a lot that could be said to be able to bring back old memories.
Yeah, that's fantastic point. I think that's great. Yeah, Lee, we were talking before we started live streaming about you playing Black Flag, which is a 360 game, which is fantastic. I think you being able to play this on your Series X is perfect. And as the youngest one out of all of us, still, what are your thoughts on the necessity, if we actually need backwards compatibility, or anything like that?
Well, I do think it's important. Like, even if like someone like me doesn't resonate with something like that as much, I can definitely see the importance behind it. Like, there are games even at this point where it's like there are just on older generation consoles that would not be accessed, but with backwards compatibility they can. And I think it's really important because games are like their own form of like enjoyment and entertainment, and if we can't like and through time, like, you know, backwards compatibility is really important because it goes because then you can enjoy it again. Like say when you do like my past his legacy type thing, it's a lot easier to do it now because the games that you enjoyed when you were a kid, you can then pass that on to Isaiah or Isaac. You know, like in terms of such as Mega Man, but we know how that went.
Yes.
But like to bring it to like a comparison that maybe that I can sort of understand more is like, say, films. Like, there will be films that came out originally like decades ago that could only be available on like VHS or something, like, you know, but now it's there's in a sense backwards compatibility for that because then you could enjoy it on CDs, and now you can enjoy it via streaming services. Like, it's a lot more accessible to watch those older films that you enjoy dearly, or that you experienced in the past and wanna like show someone, and you don't have to like get an old VHS machine or CD or DVD player, you know, like anything like that. You have the ability to do that through something like a streaming service, and I think consoles now where you can actually, which have backwards compatibility, it allows you to do a similar thing where you can actually enjoy something, like, even if you don't like enjoy it in the same way as you did, like, because nostalgia and everything, like when you did Republic Commando or the older Star Wars Battlefront 2, like
ETA.
where, like, you know, James loves that for what it was. You don't so
I love
much
it for what it is. It's still fantastic.
But because that was available, you could do that,
right?
And it was, and regardless, like, it was great. It was a great time, and it was, and even though you might not have enjoyed it so much, someone else would, and I think that is very important.
Yeah, I fully agree. So it seems like that. So gaming historians and people like that want to preserve these games, and there needs to be a platform or something. And we know Nintendo is hardcore stinkers on not like with ROMs and all of that stuff. But if they're not selling this stuff anymore, big deal. But we need a platform. You suck, James. We need a platform that allows us to be able to play and access these old games. I don't understand this, man. I really don't. So, all right, let's finish this. James, is there an old game that you are playing or would want to play again?
I still feel ill that Lee called a VCR a VHS machine.
Well, it's
You can't even really find them anymore.
I have one.
I still have one.
My mom used to have one in the camper
Yep.
for years. Like, they stopped making VHS and she kept it because we had like 400 Disney movies
Oh,
on
wow.
VHS.
Those are worth money now.
Well, she'll sold them all in a garage
Okay.
sale or something. I
Oh,
don't know.
that's funny.
They disappeared.
So Lee, if I said, have you ever had a tape eaten? Does that make sense to you?
yes.
Oh, okay. That's all right then. Yeah, you know I want Dino Crisis, Paul. Going back to
that's it.
gaming.
Yes, yeah.
Dino Crisis, always.
That's it.
Every
So,
Capcom showcase, I wait.
how can you play it now?
I can't. Easily.
Ooh.
So I can plug in my PS1
Yep.
and have it look like absolute garbage. I can plug in my PS2 and it'll look absolute garbage. The PS3 I bought was faulty and I had to throw it away. I could get it emulated, but I want to hold the controller.
Okay.
I want to hear the disc in the machine. You know, I want that old school feel. It kind of becomes artificial when you're just on a ROM or an emulator. It sounds silly.
No,
but,
it's okay.
You know, that's how I like it.
All right. So Kirby is that's how I like it. Kirby, is there a
That's how I like
game,
it.
old school game that you're playing or would like to play again?
Currently, I am not playing anything old school. I would probably say Gauntlet on the Sega Dreamcast because I spent a lot of time with my cousins, and at the time I was like the only girl, so my aunts had all boys.
That's
So I
my
had to
family.
wait.
It's all boys.
Like, my middle sister grew up with the girl cousin, so I grew up with all the boys, so I was always outside in mud and playing video games with them.
Okay.
But that's what we'd spend like 12 hours straight playing Gauntlet, and our system we had, we couldn't save anything. Like, if it shut off, it would just poof, gone. So whatever was happening with it, it was never saved. So we just left it running, and we just would go play and then leave our people sit and then go play and come back. And eventually it stopped working. But my sisters and I pass around a Nintendo 64 that still works.
Yes.
So we take turns with that, and we did acquire another Dreamcast, but it does not work half the time. The disc part of it, you have to like put something on top of it to get it to make contact with the disc.
Oh wow, okay.
But it can't be too heavy or it stops the spin.
This is
So
Indiana
it's
Jones
always
all
like-
over again.
Yes, exactly.
The big ball's gonna roll after you.
So it really doesn't work anymore.
Sure.
So I mean, any games on the 64 and the Dreamcast, I would honestly like love to be able to go back and play those.
Awesome. So the middle sister you're referring to, was that the one you were speaking so highly of the other day? Or was that a different sister?
Nope, that was the youngest one.
Okay, all right, yeah. So we'll just leave it
They're
at that.
equally stupid sometimes.
Okay, I guess we won't leave it at that. Excellent. All right, Lee. As you're 23 now, is there a old school game that you're playing or would like to just go back and play again?
I mean, I do actually want to experience the I mean, like I can't remember when it came out, but the Assassin's Creed Black Flag that
Okay.
we were talking about before. But
2014.
all right, so it's not even that old. I guess one that I guess something that is available for me to try, that I have played before, is the Force Unleashed games.
Ooh, good call.
Those
Guess where you can play those on?
Xbox. Yeah.
Your Xbox, right, Jim?
But
I will say those Force Unleashed games are amazing.
Brilliant.
I mean, I played the second one before I played the first one, and the second one I played it on someone's Xbox 360 that I was allowed to play on, and then I liked that one so much I wanted to play the first one, but I didn't then have the Xbox 360 at the time, so I was thinking, okay, what could I play it on? And I was like, oh, the first one, it's available on the Nintendo Wii, so I went to get that.
Yes, it was.
And that was it was not that good because it was the Wii.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it doesn't quite have that same experience.
Yeah,
but,
I get it. Yeah, excellent, guys. No, this is awesome. You all know, Kung Fu Master. Yeah, there should be something where we can access all these games for free, other than stealing ROMs. There should be something. All of these systems actually should have. They should have a cloud service that I can't say pay for, but if we did, whatever, there should be cloud service on every system that comes out that gives us access to old school libraries, just so we can just to enjoy those games again. I know Nintendo's been putting old school games on and as they go, blah, 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 but there's hundreds of games that aren't on there. The Xbox ecosystem, we already know. PlayStation is starting to get some older games on there too, right? With their service?
Kind of.
I
It's
think
like
so, yeah, some, but it's very limited from what I understand.
Yes, yeah, a lot of people dislike it greatly, and we kind of make fun of it all the time. Oh well, excellent, guys. This was fantastic. So we all agree we need to see backwards compatibility on all these systems, especially if the Sony ecosystem's huge. The fan base, I should say, not ecosystem. Fan base is huge, so you should be able to play the entire library from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. And I wonder with the PS6 if Sony's is going to correct that, because Xbox is killing it. This is just so good. They keep doing stuff and remastering and adding frames per second boost to these old games that you can access right now. It's so wonderful what they're doing. It's incredible. You wait and see. Xbox is going to come out on top. I'm just throwing that out there. It's going to happen. The stuff they are doing right now is going to happen. It's going to affect the future. Lee, you suck. Stop it. All right, I'm cutting the stream off now because you two were terrible. Curvy, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with boys like these two. I'm going to shut off the chat as well. So, all right. Is there anything else, guys, you want to chat about before we shut her down?
No, just to say this is the final thing you'll be doing before you start your new job tomorrow.
That's true. Yeah. We still will be streaming. You know what? Lee and I were talking about this. There really hasn't been much of a change. I was very sad on Friday. And I went through a bunch of emotions and different thought ideas and played some like, hey, could it be this? Could it be that? Or maybe the main thing is my takeaway was maybe I felt I was worth more to the company than the company thought I was worth. That is the main thing I'm dealing with. And that hurts because I was there 18 and a half years. And I did a Facebook post, crap load of people commented. I got a bunch of emails after I sent my exit. Hey, I'm leaving. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. And so all those people are like, oh, you're going to be missed. You're so good. You're definitely going to be missed, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of where I'm at. So it makes me feel good too, but I'm hearing wonderful things from this company I'm going to. And it is a top tier company. It really is. So there's opportunity there. But my loyalty and my love is for that company I just left. And I would have stayed there.
That'll fade.
What's that?
That'll fade.
I know, but I would have stayed. My exit email should have happened when I was 65 or 67 or whatever. Hey, I spent 40 years with this company. Thank you so much. Love you all. That's what it should have been. But things changed. that window happened, and excuse me, and here I am. And so I cannot wait. So Monday. So just to sum everything up, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm not sure about a stream. Okay, I will try, but it's brand new. I got to go in the office for 3 days just this week. Thursday, Friday, we'll stream. And then I got to figure out what weeks I'm on call and all this other stuff. And so things are going to change, but Curvy's happy because she'll be able to, it'll be later. She'll be done work. Her and I will be able to play some games. I'll miss James because he goes to bed at 7:30 p.m. UK time, but you can fall asleep while watching me in your bed, James. It could be me you're thinking of.
That before.
Yeah, you've done that before. And then Lee stays up late. So Lee will be able to join us. And then, of course, there's Mark, and then Pete will be around. So I will figure out the schedule with this new time. I still got to talk to Steph about how late. She's like, yeah, just stream. I can do other things around the house, but I'm just not that sort of guy. Just like, I'm going to play video games and the heck with my family and wife. I just won't do that.
Get Steph to stream with you. If she's not going to be working, she could stream with you.
She did a Mario Kart stream with me. You could find it on YouTube. There's a full video.
You've got 1 million controllers, so she could get another comfy chair, sit near you.
I'm waiting for my new controller to come in.
There's no excuse.
I'm waiting for that blue smoky controller to come in. That should be here.
It's pretty crap. Yeah. No, fair enough. So, yeah, she could stream with you. No excuse, Paul.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. She's not a gamer.
Putting your UK brothers out, but, you know.
No, my Kirby will be my new stream wife there, and then we'll just play and all that stuff. Maybe Wheezy will join us sometime or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, he plays Diablo all the time.
I haven't played it in over a week.
I'm just saying, if you
Yes.
do, he could...
Yeah, I know Spuddy will join us for Diablo. Lee would hop back on too, so we may get it. But anyways, we are going to figure... Yeah, dog, Evil Blood! Dude, subscribed! Again, 27 months. Thank you so much, Evil. All right, guys, any last thing? That's, you know what's funny, Lee? You used that face, and the text popped up, and it's called Craigasm.
Yeah.
Craigasm. It's really weird. All right. Anything else, guys, before we go? Lee, anything else?
No, I think that's me done.
All right, Curvy, you. Oh, the podcast is still going on. Just as a heads up, every Sunday, we're still going to rock it.
I will be leaving Thursday night and be back on Monday.
Wow, you gonna have lots of fun?
I'm going camping with my family in Michigan.
So
Well,
is that going to be a lot?
That's intent.
Did you see the look on her face there? Is that going to be a lot of fun or no? All right, you don't want to say on stream. That's okay. The look away gave it all. I'll be with my family.
Because like we have to drive 8.5 hours, drop off our dogs, turn around, like sleep 3 hours, drive further north where we go camping, stay Friday night, Saturday night, come back, sleep, drive home Monday.
That's crazy.
So it's not always a relaxing trip, but we make it work.
Are you gonna be with your sisters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it'll be my mom, my sisters. I get to see my niece, so.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Oops, sorry, my alarm.
That's all right.
Because that's what time I was supposed to get up.
At 8:43. Oh my gosh.
My aunt, my uncle. There's a couple of really close family friends. A couple of my cousins are going. It's like 30 or 40 of us that go.
Holy crap, that would be amazing. I need you to do one thing for me. Can you move to the side? Okay, so the paintings over your left shoulder, the tree sort of ones, you need to send me one of those or paint me a picture. I'm just saying. I'll give you my address. You can send me one or I'll buy one from you or whatever because it looks awesome. Those ones, I'm not saying the other ones don't look good, but these tree things, that one in the middle, one on the top, that I've been staring at that the whole time.
The middle one is the seasons. So each season of
that's
the year,
friggin'
there's
cool.
Different colors and the leaves change. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that one. Just saying. I've been staring at that the whole time. The whole time everybody's talking, I'm looking at those two paintings up there. That's fantastic. All right. Lee, any last things?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Guys, thank you so much. Kirby, it was wonderful having you. Thank you so much. Hop in anytime. Anytime you can get yourself out of bed. When James gets himself out of bed, he joins us, which is wonderful. James, thank you so much. You know, you guys are always welcome. And
I can get up.
I'm just saying, you can. It's wonderful to have a female perspective instead of just us dudes ranting and raving.
Did you guys all miss the THQ Nordic showcase yesterday?
Yes. The boys were talking in stream that they're making a new South Park game, and THQ's making it instead of Ubisoft.
Are you not? Oh, you haven't seen the new teaser for the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles AAA title.
It's funny, Big Casino just mentioned the Last Ronin trailer. So little background about that. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the beginning. I'm not a big fan of the new stuff and all that over the years, but the Last Ronin, which is Michelangelo, who's the only turtle alive, I bought Isaiah that comic book this year. Because he's like, have you heard about this? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I know nothing about it. So apparently the comic is incredible. But yeah, I haven't seen the game trailer out yet, but I'm going to watch it after the stream and we'll check it out.
It's just a teaser. It doesn't show anything really.
Ooh, okay.
Other than the other turtles' candles going out, and he's the only one left.
Oh, that hurts. So this is probably before all of you were born. The Turtles were so huge when it first came out that kids in New York City were getting caught in the sewers because they were going in the sewers. And I'm sure there was other cities as well. That was the big story I remember as a kid. And I think a couple of them may have passed away. They died in the sewers or something like that looking for the Turtles in New York City. I don't know if they passed away. I'm just trying to remember because this was a long time ago. But yeah, before you all born, you can Google it or something. Kids were doing it. They were looking for the Turtles and Splinter in the sewers.
That's
R.I.P. James Avery.
Yeah. That's like the that equivalent of where people.
What?
What? I gotta stutter. Of kids who sometimes broke their legs because they were jumping off roofs with umbrellas thinking that it was Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's stupid. But that's parenting. Instead of just saying, okay, you're an idiot, stop this. This is obviously not real. That's one of the things I told my boys from the get-go. This is a video game. This is a movie. This is a TV show. It's not real. It's all staged. It's all set up. This is a video game, though. We don't do the stuff in there in real life. And so I think a lot of the crazy maniacs out there have not had their parents tell them this is not reality. You can't do this stuff, as in shooting up an airport in Modern Warfare 2 or whatever it was. I'll tell you right now, I could not pull the trigger in was it Modern Warfare 2 that the airport shooting, or Modern Warfare 1? 2.
No idea.
Because I love the story
2.
modes. I think it's 2.
I love the campaign modes too.
Yeah, that's why I played Call of Duty, was mainly campaign.
Yeah, I would not touch any multiplayer until I finished the campaign.
Yeah, Evil Blood just said it was 2. So I have not pulled the trigger, and I've done that scene several times. I've still not pulled the trigger. I will not shoot a pedestrian in a video game in an airport. Will I run them over in Carmageddon? 100%. 100%. Or in GTA, yes. And I will do violent things in GTA, but a game like that, I will not. I couldn't do it, and I will never do it. I was different. I mowed down everyone. It's in the name, Evil. Evil Blood. It's in the name. All right. This is it, eh? We good? Alrighty. James, where can they find you on all your socials?
Well, if Paul's still going to be streaming, you can catch me on his streams, what time they'll be. I know he'll be pinning us out a little bit more now going forward, but it's all good. But if he is streaming, I'll be there.
If you are too much of an old man at 31 and you can't stay up a little bit, you're pinning me out, sir. And with all honesty, the impact you have on all of us on this channel, you're pinning everybody out. I'm just throwing that out there.
I see.
You like that? You like how I turned that completely on you? But it's true, James. We all love you here, and we talked about it on Friday. The president, Mr. Mucklin.
Tolerate, I think is the...
no, sir. You've been a huge part of this channel for years. When you left for 2 years, we were all sad, and when you came back, we're all happy. So you stopped that. Kirby, where can they find you?
Streaming Splatoon.
Anyways, James, Kirby, where can they find you on all your socials?
Probably just Twitter and Twitch. I don't do anything on anything.
No, that's okay.
It's just Kirby_Lass. On both.
Curvy lass. Okay, does it pop up in here? No, yeah, it just says C when I C ... Okay, Lee, where can they find you on all your socials? Socials.
We're just to start off, like, you tolerate me. You love James, but you tolerate me.
Lee, our channel would not be the same without you, and we've said for years, once you get a girl and touch boobies for the first time, you will be gone. I'm already braced for this to happen. I will be super happy for you that you got a significant other. It's going to happen. You're 23. You're 23. We already know, my man. So,
no, we'll see.
You'll show up once in a while, and hey, Paul, and we're like, hey, Lee's here. How's the girlfriend? And that's what it'll be. It'll be all about her. But or significant other. I'm sorry. Hey, your significant other. How are they doing? So, all right, keep going, sir.
Okay.
You started this.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can find me YouTube, Twitch, Discord, Threads, Instagram, Lee Everett.
Ooh, socials.
Blah blah.
Excellent. Yes. Okay.
I hate this part.
I love that you're naming
so many socials.
Yeah, he's naming more things now than he's ever done before. It was always Discord or Paul's channel. Now it's this. I love it. Look at Lee just spreading his wings and flying. Our little boy has grown up. Oh no, he hasn't yet, James. All right, we're done.
Well, what happens on Tuesday night stays on Tuesday nights.
As for James, as for Kirby, and as for Lee, my name is Paul, and you guys take care. That's terrible. Oh, there it is. That is funny. And if anybody else wants to join, you guys are more than welcome to join me anytime. Just let me know. Kirby, this was fantastic. Thank you for getting out of bed early, because your alarm went off just a bit ago. That's so funny.
That's kind of like a backup, just in case.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, stuff's like that too. Her alarm will go off, and then I'll hear the alarm go off again, and then probably one more time. And then
you'll already have been up for hours.
Yes. And it's so sad. As soon as Steph gets up, Ella gets up, and then clickety clack, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's all over now. My quietness and my my Zen zone is done. I'm serious about the painting though, Kirby. I think that is an amazing picture. If you have a print, I will even buy a print from you. I think that looks awesome.
I don't. I painted that in a class.
Wow. Okay. You did an art class or a painting class? Now, was this in high school?
No, it was after high school.
All right, that's awesome. Excellent.
Yeah, you and Paul could do a painting stream.
All kinds.
I would do it.
You did it before.
I did do it before, and I got that from Katie Lynn. She was doing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's different. I would do that, and I did.
I've done a couple of painting streams.
Yes, you did one not too long ago, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, Curvy Ross. That's what you should have named it. Curvy Ross. Put on a big curly afro. I think that would have been amazing.
What a happy little tree right there.
I did. I drew some trees and mountains, and I painted a sunset.
And... lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my. That's awesome. Well, shoot, I wish I had those mad skills. I used to draw tons. And I can probably still do it, but painting, I suck at painting.
I suck at drawing.
Okay.
Digitally, I do okay because I can redo it 75 times to get it right. But on paper, I hate drawing with.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because I can't fix it. Like once you draw and then you erase, there's still lines.
There's still a line, yeah.
It still bothers me.
Lee and James, what do you guys have artistically?
Autistically or artistically?
Artistically.
I'm definitely the former.
Oh
yeah. That's funny.
That's hilarious. I've always been crafty.
What's this? You have no art skills? Yeah. So,
nothing, I'm afraid.
With Photoshop, I'm a master. I can do anything.
You are?
I just need the idea first. For me to be creative at the very beginning, it's really hard unless I have a couple ideas. And then I'm just like, yeah, let's rock and roll. But coming up with that idea at first, it's really rough.
I'd say I struggle in the same area.
Yeah.
Like I'm like sitting there like staring at a blank page or a blank canvas and I'm like,
Yeah.
And then like I'll think, oh, I love sunsets, so I paint a lot of those clearly.
Yeah, there's a bunch there.
And I take pictures on my phone all the time of sunsets and stuff.
Oh
so
my gosh, I took some beauts.
typically that's what I paint.
Yep.
It's easy to paint too, and then you just add something on top of it.
On my Facebook memories, I think yesterday, back in my photography days, I took a picture of the full moon, and I was just like, oh, I miss doing this. But yesterday, check this out. I wanted. So 7 of us went to Magic Mountain, all that stuff, and I had an idea. I want us to all, because you had a bracelet, and I said, let's all put our fists in to get a picture of us with our bracelets, and it turned out really friggin' cool. I was actually super surprised. I'll post this on Facebook as well. But yeah, you can tell which one is mine, and like me and Cameron are obviously the bigger dudes, and you can tell with my beautiful spotted skin as well. But it's I thought that was just a really cool idea. Oh, I had Popeye's chicken for the first time yesterday.
I've never had it.
I had the spicy. Oh my gosh, I had the spicy chicken. I love my chicken from Popeyes. It was so delicious. The chicken nuggets were not even chicken nuggets. They were chicken chunks of real life non-processed chicken, all in their homemade batter, probably done right there. And I was just like, this is the greatest. And we're getting a Popeye's chicken here in probably a month or two. But
Very
it
nice.
was, oh my gosh, it was so good. So and their fries are Cajun fries, everything. And so, yeah, who was it? I showed James and Lee, but this is us doing kart racing yesterday. It was me and Steph together in one kart. So she's recording. There's Isaac, my youngest boy. But I was owning the track. I was owning the track. Oh, yeah.
I want to go karting.
It's so much fun, but that's a 5-minute video. So I'm going to post it on YouTube. I'll come up with a little video, whatever, and I'll post that whole track on there, but it was so good. But excellent.
It's funny when you pass that someone and you say, I own this whole place. And then...
It's true. I'm such a savage. I really am. And then later on you can hear me say, I could be a NASCAR driver if I could do 20 max. It was just a lot of fun. Oh yeah, James, this is a picture. So, what do you got there?
Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, you must have an Elgato camera?
Yeah. Yeah, we went and bought new shoes yesterday, but I got a pair of glamified boots.
Okay. This is a picture. This is a picture I'll be posting today, James. 2005 Isaiah to 2023 Isaiah. It is. I almost. He's in the next room, but I almost cried. I had to fight it back. I'm like, because that's one of my favorite pictures of him when he was a little boy, because he would have been 4 there. He would have been 4, and but yeah.
Where's the time go? I remember going to see Star Wars Episode 3 in the cinema that year.
Yep.
And your kid was
the same age.
Yes,
that's crazy.
We know.
Scary. I don't like it.
Time does fly, guys. It really does. Like there's me and Isaiah right there. The kid's gonna be 23 on Halloween. It's insane. And then where is it? Let me show you guys. I'll give you one quick rundown here. There was a picture, because every year before Ben passed away, our families would go to Crystal Palace, but every year we'd still go to Moncton anyways. And so here's a picture back in 2014.
Oh my goodness.
There's Isaiah and Cameron. There's Gabby, Noah, and Isaiah.
Little kids.
Yeah, and so I was like, we need to recreate this. And then here they are here. I know it's blurry because of the wonderful Elgato camera, but then so I put the pictures together, 2014 to 2023, just so you can see how massively different it is. Yeah, it's just, and I'll post them to Instagram. I think we follow each other on Instagram as well. So yeah, it's time flies, guys. That's why you take a million photos and just enjoy your time. Honestly, even Curvy, you're going away with all of these crazy family members.
Trust me, I take photos. I have 15,000 pictures on my phone right now.
Wow.